Jenny, Ken, Peggy, Sterling, and Johan. Thank you for joining this morning. We are talking about crucial conversation and then accountability. I think this is a very important skill we should equip. We can help our team to better. Before start, I will quickly recap the last 2 sessions of 5 minutes. So session 1 was session 1 is diagnose. Then today we will make it easy. And then next session, make it motivating. It is from Christian. And then our last one, move to action from Peggy. So chapter 1 was the core idea was what is the crucial accountability? And start with what really happened, and then CPR, and also master my story. Aimee, can you help me to read each one?
Okay, Mihye, good morning, everyone. So the core idea, number 1, it's what is crucial accountability? It's a conversation you hold when someone's behavior misses an expectation in a way that preserves respect and the relationship. Then number 2, start with what really happened. Before reacting, gather facts. Don't let your story fill in the gaps. You may be missing critical context. Then number 3, CPR, choose what to address. Content, what happened? Pattern, is it recurring? Relationship, is its trust affected? Or start with the right issue. And number 4, master my stories. The story you tell yourself about why someone missed an expectations drives your emotion. Slow down, check the facts first. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything stood up to you? Anything like you can catch something in your mind here?
For me, Mihye, I feel like the number 2, right? So start with what really happened. I feel like before reacting, gather the facts. Don't let your story fill in the gaps. So that one for me is like, I feel like I can see myself while I am reading it. I can see that, oh, there are times that I just really react instead of like really getting more the information. Like, instead of just really like, okay, I'm done here, or feel like making already a conclusion. So I think that's what get into me here.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm going to ask everyone questions, so please help me. Master my story. This one, anyone talk about this one? Master my story. I have someone in my mind. It's very good, this part, but if anyone want to share about master my story section, this one, what do you mean to you, and then what do you do about it? No? Okay. So Andrew.
I think for me.
Oh, yeah, Sterling. Yeah.
For me, there's a narrative to everything, and once we kind of figure out that there is an issue, it doesn't matter who you are in your mind, you kind of start to dissect it, and as you start to dissect it, you start to tell yourself a story, you start to build an idea of what you think happened. The most important thing though is that you start to find facts, because whatever story that you're telling yourself, it's not going to matter if you can't find the facts that match it. So for me, this is where you have to dig deep. You have to really ask a lot of questions, really get a lot of solutions, maybe start to check cameras, maybe start to look at different behaviors that you've seen in the past. But you can't jump to conclusions. I think that the biggest issue here when it comes to mastering your stories is not to jump to conclusions, and make sure that everything that we do is based on fact.
Okay, yeah. So one thing, Andrew, if you don't mind, one thing I learned from Andrew is master this area. So I see that Andrew make the story very simple, very straightforward, and then make the conclusion right away instead of like going around. So I think this part is very important for us. Okay, next one is diagnose, can't. In chapter 2, we talk about can't or won't. So, Johan, can you please help me to read this PowerPoint?
Yeah, the most important question before you respond can do ability problem, like the skill or knowledge faces a structural barrier, missing tools or resources. So the solution is to make it easy.
Mhm.
Won't do. Oh, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Won't do. Motivation problem. Understands but chooses not to. Consequences feel too low. Priorities conflict with team goals. So the solution is to make it motivating.
Good. So what is understanding, Johan? So we all learn through this slide. So we spending 1.5 hours this morning. Everyone is so busy. So at least we can get one from today so we can help better to communication. That's our today's goal. So whatever you in your mind, you can share. It doesn't need to be right or wrong. Okay. So Johan, what do you mean? What did you get this slide?
Three things that come to my mind is being able to, or is to diagnose the ability, not just the motivation, separate willingness from inability, and look for the barriers.
Yeah. But usually we fall to want to, right? I think for me, 99%, they don't care. That's my conclusion all the time. So I learn a lot from this part. Anyone share about this slide? Any idea?
I think for me, uh,
Go ahead.
I think when I was first in this position, I think like 100% I just assumed won't do. But I think over time, it's more actually on the can't do side. And so I think in learning that, I also learn a lot about myself, what I can and cannot do too, but also willing what I will do and what I won't do.
Yeah. Right. So Johan, if you have any gap, expectation gap, in your case personally, you are can do or you won't do most situation, or if you diagnose yourself.
Won't do.
Okay. Okay, got it. So for me, I thought that I won't do, but I find out many parties I can do, but I don't do reaching out to others, or I don't get the solution. Yeah, we can talk more about that later. Thank you, Johan. So this one is the chapter 2. Also based on this knowledge, we can talk more about the chapter 3. Peggy, could you please read this slide?
Yes, diagnose the 6 sources of influence. Ask yourself, does the person have both the ability and the motivation to meet the expectation? Ability, can do, personal, skill, knowledge, practice, social, need team support that isn't there, structural, tool, time, system, environment, motivation, won't do, personal value, goal, is it intrinsic?
Intrinsic.
Intrinsic drive, social, peer pressure, social norms, team culture, structural, incentive, reward, consequences.
Yeah. So Peggy, what is your idea about this slide?
I think in when I face any tough situational, I think the can do and the won't do both show up. The ability, the personal, the skill, the knowledge definitely show up often. What will when I face this, I'm very persistent on this. So I will call someone, or I won't give up until I learn the skill or the knowledge on what I have to do to help me improve. Personal value goal. So the won't do is a lot of time get in the way is I don't have the time, is taking too much time, I my priority get in the way. What is important might not be really important to me that moment, so I wouldn't do it.
Mm. Yeah.
Need team support that isn't there.
Mm.
Social needs team support that isn't there. Yeah, I can see that. Like often I feel like I want to move forward in certain tasks, but I have a team that is not. I feel like I create a story for myself that my team is not capable to support me what I want to accomplish. So yeah, I can see all this is all this situation often come to me when I face challenges.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. So today we are tackling ability part. The next time we're gonna tackle the motivation. So if my team cannot meet expectation, what is the source? Is it come from ability or it come from motivation? So we are today mainly focusing on the ability part. So how we can help our team or even myself to tackle this availability so I can meet my expectation. Anyone, share some more idea about this slide? Yeah. So let's think about what do you remember. So far, chapter 1 and chapter 2 is more about knowledge, and then we more discussing the last 2 times. So from chapter 1, what is the CPR framework and why does the order matter? Anyone remember this one? CPR is, what is the CPR? Yeah. CPR is number 3. So choose what to address. So contents, what happened. That's C. P is pattern. Is it recurring? And then R is about relationship wise. So, okay. This one, anyone volunteer? Ken, do you want to talk about this one? The old slide read for us. It's most difficult chart.
Which one? Q2?
Yeah, all of them from the top.
What do I remember? Think back, then share with the person next to you. 2 minutes.
Share with you, share with me, share with us.
I don't remember. I just.
Okay, where's the Q1? Question 1.
Question 1. From chapter 1, what is the CPR framework and why does the order matter? Question Q2. Question 2. From chapter 1, what does master my story means in practice? Question number 3 from chapter 2. What's the one diagnostic question you ask before responding? Question number 4 from chapter 2. Name one example of structural ability barrier at your location.
Yeah, okay, thank you. That is a very hard question. We're gonna explore it today. But any of them you remember, or we should move forward.
I remember CPR.
Oh yeah, talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I remember CPR because you just talked about it.
So what is your takeaway?
Mihye, please.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna find out in the back. Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I didn't know that very well too. So that's why we all study. Okay. So next one, we're gonna talk about is the can do. So how we can solve this can do issue, make it easy. So today's title is make it easy. How we can, me and myself, my team, make it easy. If we have a problem in I can do. Okay. So make it easy. So to make it easy, it explains when someone is failing to keep commitment because of an ability problem. So your job is to remove the friction so success becomes practical, not just expected. This part is mean to me a lot, not just expected, it has to be practical, has to become success. The core idea is to stop relying on pressure or authority, and instead of redesign the task, the environment, or support around it. The chapter says people often do not follow through because the task is too confusing, too hard, or blocked by obstacles they cannot easily solve. So instead of asking why won't they do it, we ask what makes it hard and how can I remove the barrier. So what make it easy means it is like helping the other person do the right thing by reducing effort, complexity, and uncertainty. They can mean simplifying steps, clarifying expectation, providing example, adding tool, or changing the procedure so action is more doable. So how we can do this, we talk about it today. Okay, when I see the idea, what is the make it easy idea come from? Okay. Yeah. So thank you, team. Anyone share about your takeaway from this video?
Mihye, for me,
Uh-huh.
is I must create a safe and I always have to must create a safe environment to discuss with others. And second thing is care for others, and also creating a safety barrier for others, involving others decision to create the environment for them to be able to express themselves instead of assuming that the person that I talk to across me fully understand and not create an environment for them to express themselves. It should be a safety net for me and for the other person. That's how I learned from this.
Thank you, Peggy. This sounds like it take a long time, but I believe that is the fastest way we can make the team improve. Yeah, thank you. I totally agree. Anyone having any idea about this? Yeah.
I think for me, I think this kind of sums up Peggy and I's last year or so. You know, really trying to take the team from what they can do as far as capability and getting them to where they need to be as far as ability that they should be able to do. You know, and a lot of our conversations have been about this. You know, what can't they do? How do we help them get to there? And you know, once we get to there, how do we start to hold them accountable to that new standpoint? You know, because if I look, I don't know, maybe Peggy doesn't feel the same, but I feel like, you know, the last year or so for both of us in the market has been slow steps up the ladder. You slowly close the gap on ability, and then you increase the accountability once you close that gap. And then you take a next step, and then you slowly close the gap on that ability, and then you increase the accountability. You know, so I think that to me, the only way to do that is exactly what she said. You know, you have to care about the people. You have to identify what they're capable of and what they can't do. And once you start to see there, how can I teach them? How can I train them? And after I know that they know, I verified that they have the ability. Now I have to hold them accountable because I've done everything I can to show you. Now it's on you to put it in your hands.
Yeah, well said, well said. Sometimes our team, they don't know, even they don't know. They think it's too much, or they think I don't want to. They think like other way. It's very hard to identify. I don't know what to do. So most people don't say that. They say I don't have time. Don't say that's too much. Like that's a typical answer of their mind, even me. So we have to dig in through the crucial conversation, how we can find it. Okay, yeah. Move to the next one. Thank you, Sterling and Peggy. And then feel free to share. Okay, so session purpose is the, okay, May, could you please read this one, this slide?
Section purpose. This section focuses on what to do when a missed commitment is really an ability problem. We will learn how to simplify the task, reduce the friction of the process, and third one is make the right action easier to complete.
Yeah, this is today's, we learn what to do. So we can get at least one thing we can get today. Our 1.5 hours is worth it. Okay, so May, could you please do 1, 2 or so?
Okay, so the idea is can do versus won't do. Can do is ability problems, lacks the skill or knowledge for the task, faces the obstacles beyond their control, and needs a resource that aren't available, and needs the team support that isn't there. And won't do, it's a motivation problems. Understand the expectation, but choose not to follow through. Consequence feel too low or rewards too small, or personal priorities conflict with the team goals. Accountabilities feels low or inconsistent. So this part would be the make easy target can't try to motivate someone out of the skill gap and breed resentments.
Yeah, thank you, May. Yes. So we're gonna do find the skill. So three sources of inability and how to address each one. Okay, thank you. Please feel free to share what is your takeaway from this one. You talk about the skill one, right? To become a make it easy. So what's the first thing is asking them what their idea. Anyone want to share about this? About Johan?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So the question was how to make it easy? Or
Question is, what did you get from this video?
what I got from the video is can I think about the answer?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So anyone want to share about this video?
Okay, for me, Mihye. So
Oh, yeah.
what I learned from this video is a discussion between asking other for ideas, asking genuine question to other to enroll them to share the ideas. Brainstorms all sources.
Yeah.
So that tie into the create the environment when I tie into what I do often in the store when when I see a situations that is not ideally, I must create the environment for others and start asking questions so that other can express the idea what would be
Yeah.
the best way to tackle the situation instead just my idea. How do I approach the other person to enroll them to open up the idea to see what would be the best to solve the situation. So that's what I got from the video is I am the change agent. I am here to create the environment to enroll others, to ask questions, to share the ideas.
Yeah, very good, very good. At the beginning is the video. The supervisor asking the question and he cannot answer at the beginning, but digging, and then he got some idea. And then the second benefit is they involved, they engaged, so they can own that issue more. Okay, gonna go next one. So common barrier to follow through. So Johan, can you read this slide? Okay, so I think Johan is on hold. Maybe
I can read it for you.
Yeah, please.
Which one?
Ken.
Common barrier to follow through. Vague instruction. Expectation unclear or interrupted differently by everyone. Lack of time. Commitment unrealistic, giving actual workload. Missing tools, right equipment, access, or resource unavailable. Too many steps, process too complicated, people skip or give up. Lack of training, person hasn't been shown how to do the risk correctly. Unclear ownership, no one knows exactly who is responsible for what. Key insight, sometimes the issue is not the person, but the system around the task. I see.
Thank you, Ken. So in your area or as your area leader, what is the one of them you think you are good? The one of them is your opportunity.
One thing that I'm good.
I think it's this not that. I think my area don't have this issue. Some barrier.
I think the instruction, the vague instruction. I think I don't give vague instruction, but I give simple instruction, so that people don't get too confused. I share with the team, this is how we are going to do it, and then this is the result that we're going to achieve. Instead of giving a story, or some people like giving stories and then connect everything, the stories, and then how to do it, but it doesn't work for me, and I just thought of this is what we're going to achieve, and this is what we're going to do to achieve that, and that's what I do, and I think it's been working out. But the one opportunity that I see, because Columbus is an experienced market or a seasoned market, when I have seasoned managers or experienced managers, they get it right away. But when I have a new manager, they tend to that doesn't click right away for them. So that's the one opportunity that I see, that it's working for older seasoned managers, but there's some work to do with the new whenever I have new managers.
Yeah. The big gap, and then you assume that they already know about that, right?
Yeah, and then when I receive the result, I get surprised because it's been working for our area, but no, I assumed that the new managers or new leaders, I assume that they got it right away, but no, that's something that I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Yeah. It happened to me recently. So this session is mean a lot to me. I learned. What did I miss? Oh, Amy?
Hi, Mihye. So actually, Mihye, last night I watched this video for the Make It Easy, right? So I just want to have like idea for this today's meeting. So when I watch this now, that you see the inside here, sometimes the issue is not the person, but the system, right? So I am in Champaign yesterday. Okay, I want to share something that I just surprise visit the area. I did not tell the manager. So, but what during my visit yesterday, I was so impressed with the result that Adam been doing. So I want to go through here is that first, when I take over the AMEA, all the time when I have a conversation with him, he always tells me about like the first time I came here, the eggs, the cucumber is really big. So I can see that here it reflect the missing tools, right? So when I asked him, how come the eggs and the cucumber is so big? And he told me, oh, because my Nemco slicer is not working. So I feel like, okay, let's fix that issue. And then we go from there. So now, and then every week I ask for the picture and I can see the improvement, right? And then I can see also here, Mihye, the lack of training. Most of the time when I call him or my second visit, I came here, he always tells me, oh, nobody did my training for me. They did a quick training. So that's why the third visit, I said, okay, let me fix the problem, what I can do for the lock training. So I brought 2 team members and I also brought Diego here to support him, right? So I can see that at least what he's telling me what to do, like something is missing. So I said, okay, let me fill the gap. So slowly it will like, we can see the result, right? And then it's also this one, the unclear ownership that most of the time he will tell me, oh, do you know what? I have some problem with accounting. I don't know how to contact you. That's why, so I printed all the guide. But yesterday, I want to share something that it made me think a lot, okay? Because last night when I came here, I was surprised that it's really a big changes. I can see the big changes with the steam table. I can see the big changes with the cleanliness of the store. So it made me think, what is really missing here? Is it like, that's why when I see the key inside here, sometimes it's the issue is not the persons. I think it really reflect on us, right? So yeah, because now I can see also like last period I came here, I go through with him with the number. One challenge I told him that, Adam, at the end of this period, my goal for you, please, I need your help. I need a positive cash flow. And you know what, Mihye, I was last night, I was slept so late. I was checking the cash flow for Champaign. I was so happy seeing the numbers that is positive cash flow. That's why I was like, and then I go check, I really check his cash flow for the whole year. Okay. I go to dig one month by month and I can see that, wow, after 13 months, this is the first time that he did the first cash flow positive. So that's why now I just see that I think it's not really just the person that sometimes we just like, remember my last meeting that I shared that, oh my, what's this is like, I want to change the management or I want to something people, right?
You did that.
But this time, I mentioned that, but this yesterday I said, okay, there's something wrong. There is something in him that I need to do something on my part that will help him. I think that's why, that's what got into me about this. Make it easy. It's not before we make it easy. It start with hard first. Before we make it easy.
I mean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's what we get paid for. That's what we get paid for. If you don't know how to do, it's the same as our cook doesn't know how to cut the cucumber. If we don't know how to conversation and we don't consistently develop our communication skill, that means our cook don't know how to make the new dishes. It's the same, right? It's like training is like a rain for me. I work with almost 13 years in the restaurant. And then every session, every like training is like a soaking me, like a rain. At the beginning, we don't know your coat is soaked, but 1 hour later, 2 hours later, your coat is completely soaked. That's the training. So missing training is you don't do your job. I would say that. Yeah. And then you're missing the very big chance. Yeah. So if you don't know how to communicate our team, if you don't know how to develop our team, we don't know how to cut the cucumber seed. Sorry, guys, but I have to say. Okay. So diagnose gap. So, okay. Sterling, can you read for me?
Diagnosing the gap. Will or skill? Ask the right question. Is this a will problem or a skill problem? One question changes your whole approach. Looking for signals. Confusion, inconsistency, frustration, not resistance or attitude. Understand before you fix. Diagnose the root cause first. Jumping to consequences for ability gaps breeds resentment.
Yeah. Thank you. Anything you want to quickly share your idea before I start to the video?
No, I mean, I think to me, like a lot of what we do is, we have to be detectives. So a lot of everything that we do has got to be a lot of question asking, a lot of digging deeper. So really trying to figure out what the problem is, and that's always difficult. You're not there in that store on a daily basis. So in a snapshot, what can I use my skills to find to be the problems so I can get the solution? So
Yeah.
to me, the biggest takeaway here is, I got to be the best detective possible if I really want to close those ability gaps.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sterling. We used to be a very good manager. That's why we become a DM. But it doesn't mean a good manager can be a good DM. We have to learn the new skill to become a good DM, right? So let's check this video. Yes. Okay, gonna go next one. So how to make it easy? Okay, so this time, to do this, May, could you please help me?
Yes, the skill. How to make it easy. The first step, clarify exactly what is expected, specific, measurable, and time bounds. The second steps, remove unnecessary steps, tool gaps, or process confusions. The third step, ask the other person for ideas on how to make a success easier. Number 4, simplify the commitment so it is realistic, a better path and not a bigger warning.
Okay, thank you. May, anything you take away from this chart before we see the video?
Share the idea after the video. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. The video is very simple. Yeah. Yeah. So may you do anything or we should move it forward? Okay, yeah. So at the beginning, at the end, we have time to practice. So just to gather your idea, to more familiar with this one, to it become yours. So here is the thing. So discussion questions. So what commitments are being missed? So most often in our work right now, and which failure are caused by the process or environment or not a person? What would make the most challenging task easier to complete right now? What can we simplify or clarify without lowering the quality standard? So we keep talking about this so far, right? So now we're gonna practice activity. Let's check this one. Amy, can you read for me?
Mihye, practice activity. Choose one real commitment that has been missed. Work through the 5 steps. Number 1, describe the gap. Write down the expectation and what actually happened. Number 2, identify the barrier. Name the specific obstacle that made follow through hard. 3, rewrite the commitment. Make it clearer, simpler, and more realistic. 4, assign ownership. Decide who will do what by when. And then the number 5, define support. Agree on what support or follow-up is needed.
Yeah, thank you. That's our steps. So let's see the video. Okay, it's a very simple conversation, but it describes all 5 steps. So, May, can you describe this one? What is the gap, and then what is the barrier, and what was the another commitment, and then who's the assigned the ownership, and then what is the support she has? I think she talked about her daughter or someone, right?
Yeah, I think from this clip, right, I think she's not just in the control to make a decision for the other person. She actually asked the question, do you have an app that you can set so it can remind the time? So I think she actually provide the resource, what kind of solution that you have. So I think by question asking that, do you have some kind of app or anything that you can actually in somewhat to hold a person accountable by asking a question. That's what I get from this video. Because because I think a lot of time is, I think asking right question, I think that's also very critical for our role too. I think we are trained to be a problem solver. We are very reactive sometimes I speak for myself. We are very easy to resolve the issue, problem that we need to do. Instead, jump to the conclusion and solve the problem for our teammate. And just involve for even manager, for our associate, just asking the right questions. Sometimes they provide a better solution than what we have. So I think asking the right questions, sometimes the people, they really own their solutions in somewhat when they own their solution, and those going to become a long-term instead of as us to give them the solution. Because sometimes I feel like tell the manager or tell the associate what to do this, do that, but they don't own it. Versus when we asking the question, when they provide a solution, and that solution actually is a long-term.
Yeah, correct, May. You're very well described. So this is not something we want to look good. It's something, if you don't do what is at stake for us. If you conclusion very quickly and then be fixing everything, so what we gonna lose, May?
Yeah, because for them, they will not be able to have a skill and ability too. Because we make a lot of decisions for them, but in the end, I mean, I'm not helping them because my job to make sure my people, they can be independent, they can make a decision, they have a skill, and they can continue to not just for them, they can be independent, they can share this skill and knowledge and transmit to their associates. So we are not there to make them, I'm not here to cripple them.
Very good. So what we missing as a DM? GM has a missing, they're growing, and then they're problem solving, they have all trained, they're missing. And then what DM missing if we don't do this?
Mihye, I want to add something, Mihye. When I just watched the video, I feel like it like in the 19 seconds, I feel like, okay, it's just like our temperature log, right? So a lot is missing with the temperature. Like with the video, I just feel, okay, it's whatever she's saying is everything is there. Like, okay, what's the gap? Okay, sometimes we miss it. So I remember she said like, put a timer, right? So I think that's good. We can put the timer also that we can get it done simpler and then decide who will do. So when the alarm turn on, whoever hold the tablet will get it done, right? And then the support, I think like really important for us for the DM is really to continue follow up.
Yeah.
That's what I just want to add. Like if it's been done, just
Yes, I mean. So set the alarm. The idea is comes from the manager or comes from the DM, which is the better in the future.
Because all the time they told me that, oh, we forgot because we're busy, right? So, and then they told me, oh, we need an alarm. I said, okay, no problem. Do you know that the tablet, you can set an alarm, right? So the tablet, they set an alarm. So I did, okay, let's do it. So what time? So I put a gap at 10:30 to 11:30. So that alarm will continue every 10 minutes if you don't get it done. And then we have, and then we have again in the afternoon. So, and then it's the same here in Champaign. Before I told Adam that, you know what, Adam, one thing I will request from you, I don't want to see my face, my name in that report of Asuka every week, Monday, that you missed the template.
I know.
So far I can see, so I think I asked it, so follow up, and I can see that alarm really helped them, right? And then after that, I just go quick check with my my report, the report and then you can see there which one is completed and which one is missing. So I think that's what I've been doing. So far it worked. But every Monday, Asuka stressed me out with that report. So
that's scared. That's a scared moment. Okay. So let's go forward. So we got the role play. Here's the thing. I got a simple one. It's not about role play, but it's like there's expectation gap, right? So this one is I got a simple one. Food cost is the last month 32%, target 28%, and then 4 points over. So GM said broccoli is too expensive, and the broccoli is our top item, 2%. Mihye, what are you going to do about it, right? Broccoli is number one topping, so I cannot remove it, right? But you are third consecutive months above the target. So what are you going to do about it? This is my agenda. I want to solve this with my GM. So quickly here, okay. Okay, so how about Sterling is a GM and Yuan is a Sterling is a DM, Yuan is a GM. Can you please read it for me?
Who cost hit 32%? 4 points over the target. What happened?
So what did you do, Sterling? Can you read that? Can you read that small one? What did you do right now? Can you read? That's too small, right?
No mutual purpose. Opened as an interrogation.
Do you know what you do? What you did?
So I didn't really create a safe environment to get to the solution. Instead of right away, I'm kind of accusing them of not doing their job.
Yeah. Okay, GM.
It's the broccoli, nearly 2% of food cost. Its own. Customers love it. We can't cut it.
Okay, Sterling, GM, DM.
Every location buys the same broccoli. Others hit targets. This is a management problem.
What did you do?
Dismissed information that he gave me and assumed that he's not willing to do his job.
Yeah, GM.
I understand, but I can't control market prices.
Next one, DM. So GM, what did you do?
That sounds like an excuse. No improvement next month equals a performance plan.
What did you do?
Jump right away into the accountability piece.
So what GM said?
Understood.
Yes. So, okay, so Sterling, can you read the scenario 1, what went wrong?
What went wrong in scene 1? DM assumed won't do without asking a single diagnostic question. The broccoli data was real, but was completely dismissed. Consequences came before understanding or removing barriers.
Okay. So, Sterling, what is your goal to this conversation? What did you want to achieve?
I wanted to help to get this GM under the company goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So solution, right? Are you going to lower your standard?
No.
No. Okay. So let's find out what you can do. The same role. Let's do one more time. So, okay, Sterling.
Food cost came in at 32% versus 28%. I want to understand what's driving it so we can fix it together.
What did you do?
Describe the gap, establish a mutual purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Johan.
The broccoli is really hurting us, nearly 2% alone. Customers love it. We can't remove it.
Yeah,
That
DM.
2% is a real
Mhm.
data point. Is it market price or are we also seeing portion issues?
What did you do?
Diagnosed it and turned it into a can't do or won't do.
Yeah. So which question is can do question? So did you ask a can do question or won't do question? Yeah.
The can't do question is, are we also seeing portion issues?
Yeah, you're right. So you're asking both question, right? Okay, and the GM?
Mainly price. Portions are consistent. I check weekly. Invoice just shows broccoli way up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah. So structure.
Broccoli pricing is structural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll escalate it to purchasing this week, but we're still points over beyond broccoli. What else is driving it?
What did you do?
I made it easy and removed the structural barrier, and now I'm addressing the skill gap.
Mm-hmm. GM?
Honestly, I haven't tracked the rest closely. I didn't know where to start.
Yeah. Okay. Sterling, can you read it up below?
2 different problems, 2 different solutions. Broccoli price is a structural problem. DM escalates this to purchasing. Tracking the rest equals a skill gap. DM coaches and supports.
Okay. So, Johan, how do you feel about two conversation if you are GM?
The first one doesn't really help me, and I didn't really learn anything new. I just feel attacked and threatened. The second one feels like a partnership.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So after Sterling left your store, are you gonna think about this one consistently and then find a way what I can do about it? It's gonna be stuck in your head.
Yes. Second. First yes, second no.
Yeah. First is oh, I should find another job. And the second one is oh, okay, what I can do about it, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So May, can you read this one?
Okay, so to make it easy and plus the move to action. So close the skill gap, enabling questions, specific follow-up. As a DM, that's a tools gap, not your problem. That's build a full cost tracker together this week. And this one would be make easy and close the skill gap with the joint problem solving.
Yes.
And GM, that would really help. I didn't know how to approach it. And as a DM, as a Tuesday check-in, you bring the numbers, I bring the template. What would make this easier for you? So this one is enabling the question plus move to action, who, what, and by when. And as the GM, is the deal, I will have everything ready by Tuesday.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, May? Is it possible or is it too idealistic?
This one I think is ideal. Mihye,
Oh yeah.
what was your question?
Oh yeah. Do you think it's doable for us to do this conversation, like lead a conversation like this?
Yes, I think it's doable. I think there's a conversation with the DM and GM. I think there's the mutual conversation involved.
Yeah, right. So this is about we don't know what to do. We know kind of those kind of things, but we forget, and then we go to default too because we are so busy. So that's why our session is mean to us. So just remind us one more time. This is what we can do better. Okay. So Amy, can you read this for me?
Okay, what did you notice? Scene 1, what went wrong? Jump straight to accountability. Dismiss the broccoli data. Assume won't do, never ask. Threaten before removing barriers. GM left without nothing resolved. Scene 2, what worked? Describe the gap without blame. When validated the broccoli data first, then diagnose can't versus won't before reacting. Then escalated structural issue to purchasing. Then close with action who, what, by when. Your turn. What's one thing you'll do differently in your next food cost conversation?
So do you have a similar conversation with your GM or store team? You talk about already about the things, right?
What's your question, Mihye?
Yeah, so do you have anything similar situation? So how your experience, how to solve that in your side?
First,
You
yeah.
you are more scene 1 or you are more scene 2?
First, I will be in the scene 1, then later jump to scene 2. Yeah. So I think there's like mix of scene 1 and scene 2, Mihye. And then the more I dig more, then that's the time I will say, okay, there's like, maybe there's the knowledge is missing. And then, so I think that's like half and half so far right now.
Yeah, got it. So, okay, so let's make our plan. So I want everyone to share this slide. So Peggy, can you please read this slide for us?
Sure. One more. Your action plan. Number 1, identify one task. Find one commitment that is harder than it needs to be. 2, remove one barrier. Take one concrete steps to remove the biggest obstacle. Number 3, rewrite one expectation. Make one expectation clearer, make specific and realistic. Number 4, set one follow-up. Agree on one date to confirm the change is working. Accountability works better when the path to success is clear, realistic, and easy to follow. Up next, chapter 4, make it motivating when the issue is willingness, not abilities.
Yeah. So thank you, Peggy. We are digging about today is a capability issue, not just they don't want. So could you please share what your takeaway today and then what's the one thing you want to practice or what did you get today's session?
Okay. I think it relates to what Amy was saying earlier about the temperature lock. I think, you know what, I think what works for me in my area is, I think temperature lock is, the goal is no one can miss the temperature lock. It's a mandate because it play a big part of what we do, food safety. So how my team and I came out is that having the alarm, the notification on their phone not only the manager, every shift manager, everyone in the store working in the front line, that have the they will have their notification. So when the alarm set off, one person needs to remind the leader of the store needs to make sure everyone take the temperature log. That's the expectation. Before was just manager having the notification. Oftentimes, when they get busy, he or she get busy, then they forget. But if the notification go on everyone's phone, then everyone is accountable. So my follow-up is when I come into the store, that will be my important question to ask. How's the temperature log? Has it done? Or do we have anything get in the way for us not to do the temperature log? So if it's important for me, then I will make it important for everyone, just not me.
Yes.
So that's the learning.
That's very clear expectation, right? Okay. So how about May? So you don't need to follow this one, just one thing. What is your takeaway today? Or realization or your thought?
Mihye, thank you. Thank you for today's section. I think I just been reflecting what can I do better to become a better DM to support my team. I think for me, one of my action for sure is practice asking right questions and really assessing, connect to my people what they really want for them. Instead, my expectation, how do I say? Okay. Sometimes, when situation occur in the store, sometimes it's a tendency, sometimes react. I think that's something sometimes still occur to me. But I think since when we taking this crucial conversation, I actually have been changing a lot. And this actually come from my manager. I'm actually much calmer and become a better listener. But I think for me, after this section, I really need to practice on how to ask the right questions and not jump to the conclusion. And another thing is continue become a better listener for my team.
Yeah, thank you, May. This is we cannot change right away today, but today is help us to make one more step in advance. So someday we realize we are getting much better than 6 months ago or 3 months ago, right? Yeah.
Yes, so for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. How about Aimee?
So for me, Mihye, I just biggest takeaway here is that can't do and won't do. Right. So what really popped in my mind, like right now, is also starting with myself, Mihye. Like every time I visit the store, something that I've been missing all the time to check is the store profile. Okay, so there's a store profile that when we came back from the GM conference, that is always my challenges right now. That I want it to be part of my checklist. Like, okay, do you know that it that needs to be done? So I feel that's the challenges that for me right now for myself that I can't do or want to. So especially with my team. So that's need to be done. That's for me right now.
Thank you, Aimee. Thank you. Hey, how about Ken?
Key learning for today is, question that I ask myself: do I care about my people, or do I care more about the result, or how can I, bring the result through people? I think that's a question that I ask. And then yesterday, I don't know, yesterday or a few days ago, I thought about what if I'm leading different market other than Columbus? Will I be able to bring the same result or better result? And I think answer is no, because I'm privileged or lucky to have Columbus, which is a season market with the season managers. So I think I realized I don't really care about my people, like not all of them. And I see that not whenever I don't, whoever doesn't receive my care, I see the results that is not not up to the standard or expectation. So that's my realization that I will start asking better questions, deeper questions for them to realize, and then elevate themselves, not because of me or not because of I pressure them or I push them, teaching them how to push themselves and learning themselves through asking questions.
Yeah. Question is the power, right? Thank you, Ken. Johan? Okay, let me get back to you, Johan. Oh, yeah, Johan. So you're very far.
I think with my managers, like I spend a lot of time with like the managers, and so just reflecting back and like listening to the whole session, I think the things that kind of stick out are clearly identifying or creating like goals, because I think oftentimes I do spend a lot of time. However, it's kind of like the same system for everyone. And just going a little deeper and more intentional, creating that like space for each one, and instead of seeing it as like I need to spend X amount of time with each one every single week, to be able to really identify even obstacles or where each one stands, or being able to even elevate or provide that learning growth there, because I don't allot that time specifically. It's more just time spent each week.
Yeah. Thank you, Johan. So, Sterling?
So my biggest takeaway, I would say, is to try to listen more, and also maybe to do some self-diagnosing. Kind of one of the things that also stood out to me in this call is, we look at how our teams, relate to the things that we ask them to accomplish. But if we look at this from a different scale, a lot of us have talked about the temperature logs here today. What if we look at that from the scale of Eddie, who's trying to figure out how come this team can't get this done? How do we look at ourselves and really figure out, where our problems lie so we can get those done? So to me, the takeaway is to not always jump to people won't do, right? Because I don't think there's anybody on this team that won't do, that won't make sure that the temperature logs are done. So how do we look for the obstacles? In the same way that we expect people to look for those obstacles for us, how do we treat our team with that same care and the same level of understanding to try to get them to reach those goals? So that's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, sounds good. Yes, you fully understand. I can say that. Thank you. I see the Christian here. Christian, are you here? Can I talk? Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, team. It was a long session, and after 1 hour later, I feel like I'm like losing my focus. But thank you so much. I hope we get something from today. Eddie, Andrew, Jenny, Asuka, anything from you?
But thank you very much, Mihye, for your teaching us today. I really appreciated all of you to engagement. Restaurant job is like constantly facing with the problem. Okay, so I think we have to constantly solve the problem. For business, for me, is work with the people to come up with the best outcome for the business. I think that's the purpose of a business. That's why we're fighting with all these situation and problems. Reflecting me to the food cost situation as an example, with case study, right? Broccoli, I think the budget is 28% as a scenario, 32% delivery. I think don't worry about the budget as long as we know what costs that, and then our job is to break down, know the exact numbers, and then make it really balancing out. That is even the balancing out. Then why we pressuring the manager to do it as long as we have a very solid the calculation and proven factors behind. But most of the time, the problem causing us is if we choose to go to shortcut. That's why I think it causes the problem. But the job is to understand, analyze the situation, and getting the data, why exactly what happened. Then, the moving from there, then we'll solve the problem. And I think overall, my action is that the biggest thing is for me is that always my job is to remove the obstacle for my people to work the most easier and the most efficient way to deliver the greatest result. Okay, so I think that what is my the job to do to remove this obstacle. Okay, so that I think is that something constantly walking through. But I just want to seeing that accountability. Okay, the great example has come from the champagne store with Amy just sharing such as the story today. But I think when I changed the leadership and giving this story to the Amy, I already foreseeing this outcome is coming because of I can feel that Amy's dedication, but also with that her work. I think that accountability. Okay, her work is basically putting first place is accountability, holding accountable from the atom, especially remote store. We all facing with these difficulties. How do we hold the people accountable? And I think that is something the constantly break down the pieces of the work, and the sending the. I mean, this is a little bit childish, elementary school style, but you can say it. But this is such important. Asking Adam to send the picture every day, how the food they look like a steam table picture. This is what Sally in the Chicago market, franchisee, what she did to her team. I was thinking, wow, but that's what the outcome is bringing up. Whatever it takes, I think that holding accountable. What people seeing that is, the different curve has occurred when Amy approaching for this store with the problems, all this situation. So once again, thank you, Amy, for making a differences in Champagne store. But also, I think it's a great learning for us. How do you hold the people accountable? That is something, the such important for our business.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew, for your sharing. Yeah. So Eddie, Jenny, Esuka, anything from you?
Give me a second. Hello, Mihye. Thank you so much, Mihye, for leading the session today. Great learning. I think one of the, maybe if I may say, one of the tasks that I take from today is how can we make this call that everybody see it as a call that I will engage the most at, because that's where I will learn the most and to apply. It starts from participation, right? How do I engage? Am I like fully engaged or halfway? Do I take this session as a priority there? We have 4 teammates not here today. What was the communication there? Like, it's like almost half of the team is not here. Could we schedule a call? What could we do if we think that this call is so important, right? And then for the other teammates, what can they do, like, to join the call? You know, if vacation is one thing, but other stuff, why can't you work things around and then be in the call? You know? So to me, like, I think I find maybe that your question, identify one task, is maybe that. I feel like it's easy, but it's hard. It's hard to get people to understand how much investment here and what's the importance of that. You know, how do we engage with our people? If I don't have the tools, if I'm not equipped, like, why can we all get the same result that IME got with the remote person, right? Often we struggle with those remote stores. Do I have the tool? If I don't have them, then we have calls and a meeting every other week here, but some of us don't even engage, don't even say a word. I feel like today's session was like 3 people session or maybe 4, right? It's a question for all of us. What can we do? And then Jenny, I like for those people who did not join the session to have another separate session on themselves. And then I almost want to put this rule. If you don't join the session, if you're on vacation, is one thing, okay? If you're not on vacation, if you don't join the session, I think we shared this before, right? There is consequences for it. Let's just, I mean, look at the effort that Mihye puts. You know, at least let's show respect for the person presenting. Damn it, I think she put so many hours to prepare this, and then for like half of us not to show up or not to participate. At least show some respect for the person that's presenting, please. If she asks a question, do your best to answer the question, please. Vacation, let's wait when they come back, join them with the 2 that missing, and then let's not have to have a session. And I'd like to join that session, Jenny. Okay, Mia, wonderful job. Thank you so much. I mean, I see your effort, even your example is all real. It's all about, like, everything is, I mean, tremendous job. Thank you so much for everything that you do, Mihye. I know always go above and beyond. I really appreciate your effort there.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Thank you, team. I am the one who learned most. And then knowing is one thing, but actually doing is another thing. So we recently we have some issue, right, with Eric. So while I'm making this one, this means to me a lot, this session. And then I should change. I should make a difference. So yeah. So we are getting better daily. And then there's no bad soldier, only bad leader. That is what I truly believe. So thank you, Peggy, and thank you, Sterling, your participation, and Amy, Ken, Johan, you truly helped me a lot today to learn this session. So let's make this session a big thing for us so we can grow together. Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Later.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mihye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, team.
Hey, thank you. Bye.